Okay, today we're going to review what we know about syllable division first, and then what I want to do is I want you to teach you a new pattern for syllable division. So when we're looking at a word, the first thing, and it's a longer word, we always recognize how many sounded vowels there are inside the word. If we have more than one sounded vowel, we are going to have to divide the word. Now we know that every syllable will have one vowel sound. And we know that if the syllable is closed, that vowel will say a short sound. If the vowel is open and stressed, it will say its long sound. And we've learned some vowel patterns of like OO and EE. If we see them, we have to underline them because they're only going to make, and they'll count as one vowel sound. Okay, and the example that I'm going to give you here is N-A-P-K-I-N. When we see this word, we see two vowels. We know immediately we have to divide this word. And our steps were, we looked to see if there were any patterns that we needed to identify before we started. Were there any suffixes? Were there any vowels? None on this word. So the second step we take is we put dots under our vowels and identify the number of consonants there are between the two vowels. There are two consonants between those vowels. So when we see that pattern, we know we're going to break it between the two consonants. Break it here. And we're going to, once we've broken it, we're able to code our vowels because now we can see the vowel patterns. So this one has a short vowel sound. This one has a short vowel sound. Okay, so we code the vowels. And the next step is to decide which syllable is stressed. Okay, this word is napkin. Napkin. The stress is on the first syllable. Okay, now let's do another word. This time, one thing is going to change. And when that changes, it changes the way we read the word. So let's look at this word. A-D-M-I-T. Okay, we can follow the steps through. I see no suffixes. I see no vowels. My pattern is A is a vowel, I is a vowel. There are two consonants between the vowels, so I code with a C, and then I divide the word. I know that I usually break when I have this pattern of a vowel, consonant, consonant, vowel. I usually break it between the two consonants. So I'm going to break it here. All right, now let's code our vowels. I can see that I have a vowel in a closed syllable, so I'm going to code it with a breathe. I see a vowel in a closed syllable, I'm going to code it with a breathe. Okay, so up to this point, everything exactly the same, right? Okay, so let's listen to this word. If I put the stress here and the unstressed mark here, this word will say admit. Okay, I admit that I made a mistake. No, we don't say admit. We say instead, we have to change this. Now the stress is going to shift to the second syllable. So now we have to make a choice. Is the stress in the first syllable or will the stress be in the second syllable? And I'm going to give you just a trick here to remember. Remember we said that if the word was originally English, an old word that coming, very common word we use in English, the stress will be on the first syllable. But if the word that we're doing comes to us from another language, oftentimes the stress will shift to the second syllable. And we'll talk more about that as we move along. But I'm going to tell you that if it does not sound right when you put the stress in the first syllable, try putting it in the second syllable. That's always your first trick to try.